Rest is a verb and work is a noun. I would have thought that work is a verb, and that rest would be a noun. But rest is a verb and work is a noun. You know why? Why is rest a verb? Because rest is active. Okay? Rest doesn't mean doing nothing. So first, I want you to put this in your mind and in your heart that rest is not just sitting on the couch, being a couch potato and doing nothing. That is not rest. But rest is active. You know why rest is active? Because faith is active. Okay, how can you rest in the Lord? Your faith has to be active to rest in the Lord. Right? So rest is active. Rest in the Lord. Right? Here. Why is this important? It's important because when you rest in the Lord, He promised you something. Do you know what that is? He promised you a blessing that you didn't work for. So God says to you and I, you work for 6 days, and I will bless you for 7 days. Nobody does that. Which company does that? Are you with me? Yes, somebody here? Yes, yes. You need to reclaim Sabbath. Okay? And this Sabbath, it could be any day. Okay? I'm not going to be like fixated on a day and be rigid and say this is the rule, this is how you need to do it. But all of us need to have 1 day of Sabbath. Right? And what's your day going to be? So today, I want you to pray and work with the help of the Holy Spirit to say to Him, Lord, I need rest and I need help for you to give me 1 day of Sabbath. Have 1 day of Sabbath rest every week. And do it together with your family, with your friends. If you are single and alone, right? Reach out to another one, so you can also do it together. Find support with one another. Sabbath rest is more than rest. When you read the liturgy, the Jewish Sabbath morning liturgy, this is what it says about Sabbath. Sabbath rest is a rest of love freely given. Right? It's not a day of frantically running from Home Depot to Walmart, to grocery store, and the day is over. Sabbath day is a day of rest where love is freely given. To whom? To your family, to your friends, to your community. See? It's like making Mexican food for your mother because it's her birthday. Right? That's a love freely given. Okay? A rest of truth and sincerity. A rest in peace and tranquility, in quietude and safety. There is no fighting going on a Sabbath day. It is not a day to take score on somebody. It's a rest. It's a day of peace. Right? And it is a rest yoked in the same breath to holiness. He sanctified it. That's what they read on the Sabbath morning when the Jewish people come together. They read this line together. They're reminded. And what is the focus of the Sabbath for the Jewish people? There were 3 things they focus on. They focus on God. They focus on family. Right? And they eat good food. They eat good food. Where I grew up with my mom, when my father died, things changed drastically for us. So we were not able to eat this delicious food every day of the week. But on Sunday, we knew that we're going to get good food. My mother will make sure that on Sunday we have good food. Every Sunday we have good food. She made it very special because Sunday was her Sabbath. And she wanted to celebrate with us. And she will cook this good food every Sunday. Right? And when you make this good food, enjoy it and savor it. Don't just swallow and gulp it down. Enjoy it with your friends, with your family. That's how you celebrate Sabbath. You know? And Sabbath is the very point of creation. Rest is the very point of creation. Let me read this for you, right? This is Friday night prayer for Sabbath. In one of the readings, it's a long prayer, but this is the evening one. You made the seventh day holy for your name, it being the very purpose of making heaven and earth. Because we think that God rested on the seventh day to celebrate the creation, right? So beautiful, it's amazing. Seventh day was not created to celebrate the creation. The seventh day was created to celebrate rest. That was the point of all this creation, that God created rest so that we can come together and glorify Him. Do you think God created rest because He was tired? Right? Do you think God got tired after 6 days? Like, oh, I'm so tired. Let me rest. That wasn't the point. Do you know what rest is? If you look at the scripture, here, let me read this for you. Thus the heaven and the earth and all the host of them were finished, right? God did not create rest because He was tired. He created rest because everything was right. Okay. See, when you read Genesis, in the beginning it says God created light, right? And it was good. And then it was evening and morning. That's how it all ended in the first day. It was evening and morning the first day. It was good. It was evening and morning the second day. It was good. It was evening and morning the third day, and so on, except on the sixth day where it says it was very good, right? What does this mean? Now, the word evening, well, in the Jewish time, the day starts in the evening. So I just want to let you know, right? So Sabbath begins on Friday night, and then it goes on to Saturday. But the thing is, this word evening, can you say evening? Yeah, it's iref in Hebrew, okay? It also means like confusion, chaos, disorder. What was God doing? When you read Genesis chapter 1, the earth was void, without form. See, there was no order there. When God created things from the evening, from confusion, from chaos to morning, dark, light. Evening is dark. Morning is light. He rested because He took something out of this confused state and created things that are clear. And then He said, yeah, this is good. I can rest now. See? Every day, He did something, and then at the end of each day, He said, this is good. I can rest. You know, Pastor Margaret was reminding me early morning on Saturday, and said, you know, God never have a leftover, carried over from the other day. Everything He did in the day, He was satisfied, content, and He said it was good, and He rested. So, pick a day for you. Do you carry over? What about you guys? Do you carry over from Monday to Tuesday? It's never ending. Do you feel like that sometimes? Yeah. Our goal is to try not to carry over. That a day's labor is enough for the day. This is what Christ said. Do not worry about tomorrow. You know, The day's work, the day's worry is sufficient for the day. Is his sermon, is the first sermon. So what? This is a Labor Day. This is a Labor Day weekend, right? But you're not laboring. It's reminding you to rest. It's reminding us to rest. And you're going to rest Monday. Except some of you, you're going to work tomorrow because your boss is mean. Right? How are we doing? How are we doing? Yes. Is it making some sense to you? Yeah, we got some more, okay? Because this is important. We have to do this together. Your pastor haven't got it down yet, okay? So I want to do this with you. But this whole year, the whole year, we're to guide you through. We're going to do this together. Rest, renewal, rejuvenation, and reflection. We're going to do this together in 4 seasons. So, and then God blessed the 7th day, right? And I have told you that you work for 6 days, and God blessed the 7th day. And very interesting here, again. And I wish we could have this joy of learning other languages. Right? Pastor was forced to take Hebrew as a requirement when he was in school, and it helped him. Do you know that the first day, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6th, that day is called Yom, right? In Hebrew, if you were, Yom is a day. You know what's the 7th day? He gave a special name, Sabbath. It wasn't called a Yom. God also called the 7th day very special. It was the Sabbath. It was the rest. It was different from the other day. This is why we said that the point of all his creation was to come to God's rest, the Sabbath rest. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the 6th day. I'm just taking the last part, morning, evening to morning. Right? It's the end of the day. And God made. It was very good. The 7th day and sanctified it. Set apart the 7th day, granted special honor by calling it holy. See, the Sabbath is a weekly reminder that God is the creator and we belong to him. We belong to him. Why do we have all this anxiety? Why do we have all this pressure, depression, mind racing? So when we had the life group kickoff and end of the year prayer on Wednesday, and Pastor Margaret was leading on rest, and in the group discussion, what were some things that came up? So I don't know how to rest. My mind is racing right now, and I don't know how to rest. I want to rest. That's what some of you said. And what is he asking us to do? We should imitate God and rest. Imitate me, right? So, what is this? What is this rest about? Here, we can be one with God. One, on one day of the week, you relinquish your mastery, right, of creation. It could be like you're good in creating an app or a website, pottery, furnitures, whatever you're creating. God is saying, rest your mastery one day and do not interfere with the creation. That is rest. Leave the world alone. Do not interfere in creating and reshaping the world. Let the world rest. Let the world breathe. Instead of creating, be one with the Creator. What will this do? It will bring balance in your life when you do that. When you're not interfering with the work, with the order that God has created, then it will bring balance in your life. And work is not an end to itself. Don't work yourself to death. Right? Rest with the Lord. So why do we need Sabbath rest? Why do we need Sabbath rest? What do you think? Why do we need Sabbath rest? You are not a beast of burden. We were not created to be beasts of burden, right? And our labor can enchain us. Your routine can enchain you, can enslave you. It's Sabbath that unchains you, that gives you freedom. Enjoy the world in silence, in respect. Do not interfere it for a day. We are not required to keep it going. We think that we are required to keep it going. No, rest allows us to become a living being, a human being. Right? Okay. So, what happens when you observe Sabbath rest? You're at peace. You're at peace. It creates a sacred space for your family and for other people. Okay, so let me ask you this question. When you rest on Sabbath or Sunday, how do you create a time for your family or your friends? I want to ask this question, the corner row here, right? This row here. How will you deepen your relationship with your family members? Because if Sabbath is about resting in God and creating relationship, right? How are you going to deepen your relationship with your family? In this row, how are you going to deepen your relationship with your friends? Here, how are you going to deepen your relationship with your spouse or people you love? If that's what Sabbath is meant. Right? Think about it. How are you going to connect with your community? How are you going to deepen your faith? How are you going to deepen your faith as you rest in the Lord? That's what Sabbath is about. And so how do I celebrate Sabbath rest? If I were to ask you, you may have many ideas, but I want you to share with your friends when we go out and have this Sunday chill with ice cream and Otter Pops and cool water. Share something about how you celebrate Sabbath. Then we can take notes and do this together, right? Here, one way to celebrate Sabbath is, I've mentioned already, with good food. Celebrate Sabbath with good food. Anybody doesn't like good food? Yeah? Everybody loves good food, okay? The other way is also celebrating physical intimacy. Sabbath was created for that too, especially for husband and wives. You celebrate your physical intimacy, right? Celebrate your friends and community. Sabbath is meant to be shared. You share with the community on this day. Connect with the community. Enjoy time in nature. Read a book, if that's one thing you do, or take a nap if you're sleep deprived, right? Take a nap on Sunday. Rest. The world will tell you that sleep-deprived people cannot function and maximize their output. Whether you're an athlete or a teacher, anybody, if you're sleep-deprived, you are not functioning 100%, right? We all know that, okay? And share the good news about Jesus on the Sabbath day, if there is an opportunity, right? So what will you add? How will you celebrate Sabbath here? Think about it. Here, what will you add to that? How can I celebrate Sabbath? Right? Think about that. Here, you also think about, what can I do to celebrate Sabbath? My friends, so what is the takeaway today? One is, when is it? What day is it going to be my Sabbath? I would like you to work on that. And journal it if you are struggling with it. Those of you that are good in journaling, journal it. If you feel comfortable to share with other people, have a focus group, I don't know,
have a committee like a Baptist, I guess, have a committee to establish what day is going to be a Sabbath day, right? And report at the end of the year that we didn't come to any conclusion, right? Am I making that up? No. So let's not try to be a good Baptist, okay? Let's be a good follower of Jesus, all right? Okay, and do that, okay? So this is a church-wide sabbatical year for us. We're taking a sabbatical year, resting in the Lord. This is a year of faith, and God, I believe God will do more than what we can comprehend, and He will do much more than what He had done for us last year, right?